Hello. Today we went to the greenhouse and we realized our Tulsi/Holy Basil is long and high. So we cut it down to make the plant more bushy. So that's not just one thing and it's like this. It doesn't look pretty. And at this point, we kept all the leaves and we want to make together a tincture out of Tulsi. But before, some interesting history from Tulsi. Tulsi is also called holy basil, so not the normal basil, it's holy basil. The difference between normal basil and Tulsi or holy basil, whatever you call it, is that the holy basil is stronger as a medical, and basil you can use as medical as well, alternative medicine, but it's not as strong as the Tulsi. So Tulsi, it's also called, it has so many names, Indian basil. And Tulsi, Indian basil, the healing royal herb. Maybe that's the reason why we say here holy basil, because it's a royal herb. So it's said in the history, and that's interesting, that the goddess,
Goddess.
yeah, it was a female goddess. Tulasidevi took the form of this medical plant to serve and protect people. So that's the history or fairy tale, or however you want to call it, that the goddess is here in the holy basil. It's, yeah, you can take it as truth or as a fairy tale or interesting history. So in India, where this is mostly grown, and this goddess, she used and I trashed it. She used the stanger?
Stems.
The stems, yeah, the stems. And she made, as the history is telling, she made out of this stems a necklace to protect the people, or how do you call this?
Bands.
No, not armbands. Yeah, you know what I mean, for protecting. Or they are saying you can plant Tulsi in front of your main door from your house to protect yourself from bad influence. So this is the history. So the healing property of basil/Tulsi or Indian basil is especially have long been confirmed in studies. There are tons of studies. And when I give you now the information, what the benefits is, I just took a couple of the benefits out, is based on, how you say, science
research.
Science research.
Studies.
On studies, yeah. So for example, now my husband.
Hello, everyone.
So for example, one of the benefits is anti-inflammatory from our holy basil. And in a study, Tulsi extract, which is a tincture, was able to reduce pain and joint swelling in arthritis by 73% within 24 hours. Can you think about it? 73% within 24 hours had less joint pain or arthritis pain just with a tincture out of Tulsi. This is comparable to the effect of the anti-rheumatic drug. And for example, here it's called Diclofenac, but it has the same effect, but of course not the side effects. These are studies. That's not out of my mind or wherever. These are studies and you can read about it. It also lowers blood sugar. And again, in study and research, the Tulsi tincture was able to lower blood sugar levels. At the same time, a reduction of cortisol levels was found when taking in the Tulsi tincture. Cortisol is a stress hormone that also increases blood sugar. That means if you're under stress or too much power, and
increases your blood pressure,
your blood sugar, everything will be
too high
or getting higher.
And this will lower it down.
This will lower it down.
Wow.
So the effect, yeah, was tested, and they used a prescription drug to test Tulsi tincture against the prescription drug, and at this time they used to check the different, and this medication is called tolbutamide, a drug to use treat type 2 diabetes in comparison in this drug. Basil, Tulsi,
holy basil,
Indian basil, Tulsi was 70% more effective So because it's lower the blood pressure, the blood sugar, it calms you down. And yeah, diabetes 2 type 2 is also known because when you're under stress and everything is going up. So, and the proof is there. You can read it if you want to, that this Tulsi, Indian basil, holy basil, was 70% more effective. We do not want to say that the prescription drugs are not helpful at all, but we just want to show you or tell you what are you doing now? Eating?
I'm showing the leaf difference. So between a normal basil and this holy basil,
well, we don't have.
It's far smaller and finer, but still more intensive than our normal basil that we know from the kitchen.
Correct. So, and another thing is Tulsi, holy basil, Indian basil is protecting against stomach ulcer. Tulsi leaves have the protective effect against stress. We said it a couple of times because it is like it is. If you have stress, your whole body is reacting with inflammatory, with higher blood pressure, higher blood sugar. So if you are relaxed or calm down, Tulsi is an alternative, for example, to calm down. I would say even like an alternative for valerian.
Yep.
Maybe
as we said before, there's so many different herbs out there that if you can't take the one, you can take the other. It has some have a stronger effect, some have a weaker effect.
And I think, for example, valerian, because we just mentioned it, valerian is stronger than holy basil.
Check our video out.
Yeah, again. So going back to protecting against stomach ulcer, the leaves protect against stress and alcohol-related stomach ulcer. The mucous membrane or membrane, they are in the leaves. The mucous membrane of the stomach, now I'm mixing something up. The mucous membrane of your stomach wall was strengthened with the plant. So this will help you to strengthen your tummy, your stomach. And last but not least, as I said, we have tons of benefits just for this Tulsi. And the last thing we picked out is antibacterial and strengthen the immune system. So you can also use this for colds, dry cough, fever, and it's saying even malaria, sore throat, and bronchitis. So this is more or less, and I'm hard to figure one main thing out because I always have on my tinctures or on my capsules the main reason I put on it. So I have to figure it out what I put in that everybody is covered. This would be a hard thing. So
fairly universal, I would say.
Yeah, but
for a lot of things.
Universal helps everything.
No,
like this.
you can't do it like that.
Yeah, exactly. So what we are doing now, we are taking the Tulsi leaves and
oh yes, and like everything, you can eat it raw too.
But I need them, don't eat them. So we just strong, right?
It is strong.
Because
I had earlier, I took normal basil leaves to try them, and this is stronger.
So if somebody is wondering what's that, that's, I think, 40 years old. It's from Germany. And that's the way in Germany we cut our leaves and not using a scissor. But you can also use a scissor. But it has to be a little breaking off so the goodies can go into the vodka. That's the liquid I infuse them. I guess I have a little bit too big. That's a half a gallon.
Yeah. Don't have to fill it up.
No, because then we have more alcohol than goodies in there. It should be a smaller one, but I'm not running in the storage now to get. So, and then we fill it up with vodka. And as I said, I have a half gallon here and I will not fill it up completely, which is fine.
Yeah, that should be good. When it flops down, yep.
And of course, you need to label it. What do you want to do?
Huh. I'm allowed to shake it. Shake it well. Again, put it on a dark spot. 8 to 10 weeks, even longer, it doesn't harm it.
So, and as I always said, take it in your cabinet or whatever, a dark spot, and every day greet your herbs. Hello, how are you doing? Give him a shake and put it back. So as Ken said, 6 to 8 weeks, even if it's longer, this will not harm your herb. The opposite. As long if you put it 10 weeks or whatever, 3 months, or there is no limit. But the minimum is 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. This is the minimum before you can go ahead and strain the herbs out, so the Tulsi, and you can use the tincture. But it takes a while, but we will come back when the finished product, and you can see how I strain it out and everything. All right?
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, just like and subscribe. Check out our other videos, please.
And
thank you for subscribing.
yeah, we have here the normal basil as a tincture, but we mentioned it earlier, the normal basil is not as strong as Tulsi. It has the same benefits, but the stronger version is the holy basil / Tulsi / Indian basil. So many names for just one herb. All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Nope. We are not, or I'm not, your doctor. I'm your master herbalist with over 40 years experience. And what we are sharing here is our own experience, the knowledge in my little head here, the experience from customer and other herbalists. We will never, ever give you any medical advice. This for sure. So if you have any question about the herb, we are here to help you. If you have question about using herbal medicine like the tincture here, the Tulsi tincture, in combining with any prescription medication, you need to talk to your doctor. We cannot give you any advice in this area because some of the herbs, you should know by the meantime, some of the herbs are interacting with other prescription drugs.
With chemical produced medications.
The drug we are not using.
And if you have any questions for us, please write them down below in this video, under this video. We would appreciate it. And yes, we will answer you.
Of course we will answer you. So I think that's it. It's cold outside and we have our beautiful pellet oven running here. What we stay warm till then. Love and light.
Love and light.
Ken and Ute from Utes-Herbal-Corner. Ciao, ciao.